So, Project Age 1000. As more and more time passes, more and more people are being convinced that this is in fact Xenoverse 3. Now, I don't know. There has been nothing confirmed officially by Bandai or anything like that, but about 2 weeks ago, this post was put out pretty much going and explaining a few things. Allegedly, that these things are, what Bandai Namco is doing. That there was an alleged massive delay of some kind, and that they were originally going to put the game on PS4 and PS5, but they decided to cut PS4 out and focus on getting the graphics, better and whatnot, and completely overhaul all of that stuff and whatnot. As well as addressing directly the netcode issue. That's good. That's great. I'm, happy for that if this is, what's being done, because again, nothing has been officially confirmed by the company. But, while we're on the subject, and we're here, few things about that. Not the netcode is not just the issue, because, you sit here and you play with, a game that you pretty much can't go on ranked because of modders. And yeah, cheese is a skill issue and whatnot, and a knowledge check. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's at the very most, or least, whatever, it's aggravating to deal with, and most people don't want to deal with it. Just, hey, that's, what I think, and, a shitload of other people that I've heard talk about the game and have played the game for a long time. But yes, the netcode is I would say like 60 to 70% of the game's problems. Now, balancing aside, because we have no idea, what's going to happen and whatnot, and, as you can see, people like to sit here and, get their daily dose of cheddar in. They like to do their, stuff and whatnot. But again, like, this is a game, and this, again, it's not even, you can run into modders all day and not be in ranked. They'll just go into casual matches and just do that shit all day long and just not care about it and whatnot. But, yeah, no, ranked is a joke. You have pretty much on PS5 or PSN, whatever you want to say, that only modders are in the top spot, and then like right below that is cheesers, and then right below that is anybody who is actually sitting here playing and trying to use skill, and not living and breathing the game for no reason at all, other than just bragging rights and points and whatever, rewards you get from ranked, which I'm sure is really not worth it. And that in itself is the sad thing about modders, is you have access to everything in the game. Even shit you're not supposed to have, you have access to. And you're sitting here going into ranked and just wrecking the experience for everyone. It's weird, because they'll go into ranked, use mods. For what reason? Because you're not testing your real skill. You're not doing that. You're sitting here playing with an unfair advantage, and you're winning, or you're saying you're winning. The game is telling you you're winning, but in the reality of things and whatnot, you're really not. It's crazy, and you literally are getting nothing out of it. No rewards, nothing you don't have in the game. Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. And the bad thing about it is we don't have to deal with it if you know, they were to come in and invest the time and the money. Mainly it's the money. That's usually the issue. It could 100% be fixed. Or at the very most, if you're somebody who, like, because I've played this game since it came out. I played it originally on PC, and then I played it on Xbox, and then Switch, and then, you know, PSN, or PlayStation. But fucking, when I played it on PC, that's how I know about, like, I know about fucking cheat engine and all that shit. And, you know, how to do it and whatnot there. Now on, you know, to get it, you know, mods on PlayStation, you got to go through something called Save Wizard, and yeah, it's a whole fucking mess. But you can go on PC and just mod it for, you know, no money. You don't have to go pay somebody for some shitty program that they might not give you the key for. But you can go do it over there and pretty much give yourself, you know, super souls that you can't, like, even be touched with. There's one parallel quest in the game that you go do that Whis is there and he's hostile, and you're like, you can fight him, but you literally cannot hit him at all. And, you know, I had that on my character when I would have somebody come into my room that, you know, was using a modded character against me. I would have that on, and then I would just make them sit there. Just for that. I literally only had one character that was like that. That's it. And that was as a response and retaliation to all of that. But yeah, that's an issue, but that can easily be fixed. I mean, hell, it could be fixed on Xenoverse 2, but they just refuse to invest the money or whatever it is. But that's something they very much need to, like, hardcore address in the next game, other than the netcode. Now the netcode, as you can see, is just trash. Like, most of the matches I ever play, and granted, I have a good connection. It's crazy, like, how bad it is. Like, this happens 90% of the time. And with the people you're seeing, you know, on screen, like, hell, this guy right here, we did a good few matches, and after the first match where I beat him, he just started, you know, lagging and cheesing and everything like that. And that's good and all. You beat me, cool. The game has problems, that's sweet, and, you know, all that jazz. But yeah, no, the problem that I have is when, like, I address this with someone, and I'm sure that, like, there's a lot of people watching the video that has had this happen. You'll sit there and message them and address that and just very simply say, hey, there was a lot of lag, or, like, something cheeky, like, they're like, hey man, that was a lag win, good job. And they know they're playing Xenoverse 2. 9 times out of 10 they go on YouTube and watch content on it, and just are like, they just want to sit here and go, well, no, there was no lag, no, it was a legitimate win, yada 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 yada. And that's what this dude did. Like, I literally talked to him, and, you know, it got cheeky back and forth, but, you know, hey, that's whatever. But ultimately it got down to the point to where he pretty much confirmed, like, hey, the game is shitty, but, you know, hey, you still got beat anyways. And, you know, as you can see on screen, he was literally just cheesing me the hell out. Not saying I didn't try to cheese him back, but it pretty much failed, because half the time I couldn't even hit him unless it was like I had to hit him 3 times most of the time for it to even start registering. And as you can see there, like, he would pull me back into his bullshit. And this happens with a lot of people. And like I said, you know, as you saw, because I'll throw it up on screen. My connection is good. It's solid. But ultimately, I know the game is just that bad. Like, the servers are just that shitty. But it, you know, there is a strong population of people that play this game that are on Wi-Fi and really bad Wi-Fi, and honestly don't understand how internet works at all. It's crazy to argue with them at all about really anything dealing with that, because they're just delusional and shit. And what's also crazy is some people like stream with mods in ranked and they just still don't care. They just, won't do anything about it. I'll every now and again get someone in the room though that does understand, hey, the game's netcode is really trash, but what confuses me is the fact that they'll know this, see this, but will just keep readying up. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't want to sit here and keep playing laggy matches. I don't know why anybody really would. One of the other things I'll point out is just a little quality of life thing, but why can't we change, all of our created characters, like moves and whatnot, from just one menu? Give us more, races, like other than, Saiyans, humans, Majins, and Namekians. Hell, I didn't think Majins were like a race. But I got told somewhere where it was like some iteration of Dragon Ball and they're, taking it from there. But now that we've had Daima and the Demon Realm has been, brought into play, why don't we get Demon race? Or like a lot of people have said, give us an android race, which, hey, I'm all for the idea, but technically they're not a race. I mean, I guess, but they're created, they're made. They're not, born that way. Whatever. It's a weird thought process. But yeah, address all these things, because, you're a multi, million, billion-dollar company, whatever it exactly is. I don't know. But you're a multi-million-dollar company. And you have 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds and, teenagers breaking your fucking system and going into your product and pretty much ruining the experience for the majority of people involved. And thank God this game allows you to sit here and, block people and then you can't interact with them anymore. I can't tell you, my block list is like a mile fucking long because of this game. It really is. Because, I'm not going to sit here and deal with this shit. Like, where you're hitting your opponent constantly, but you're just swinging through them and nothing's occurring and people are... That's skill. Like, when I play this game and I, win, there's a lot of times where I sit here and I think to myself, hey, that person could have been, there could have been lag. Like, there could have been massive lag, and, I didn't take a legitimate win. And, as you can see now, the like I said, ranked is infested. But, yeah, they need more customization. We need more races to play, and honestly, on a personal level, up the difficulty of the computers. I know that, you got raid bosses and whatnot, but I'm more or less talking about the computers that you can go in and just fight in regular matches and whatnot. Give it, most games have nowadays, a, level, where you can set a level for new people, and then whoever can, play at the max level, but make it, more difficult. Because for people who have played the game for as long as I have, for, almost 10 years now, which is crazy, it's one of those things to where, you get bored. You get bored. Sometimes you don't want to go online and deal with the BS or wait and wait and wait, like recently, and for someone to come in and it be a good match or not. Be a match you can even play or even hit your opponent. And, on that note, one other thing that I was also going to sit here and say, it's an extremely good decision that they are not going with the PS4 and not making it, PS4 compatible. Because you got to think about something for a second, is that Xenoverse 2, I know a lot of it is that the assets are fucked up because there's, the Kanton City, monitor or whatever the fuck TV. But you're having a game where people on one generation, an old generation of the console, is interacting with a person who is on a, current gen console. Because, also, I'm so, like, on that note, that little side note of a side note, I'm tired of people sitting here going, hey, the PS5 is a next-gen console. No, it's a current-gen console. It's been out for quite a few years now. So, no, it's a current-gen console. They're not even producing PS4s anymore. None new are being created. No, it's a current-gen console. But, yeah, no, it's good that they're taking the PS4 out of the equation. Hell, they're already developing PS6s. I don't know when they'll come out. I don't think there's speculation, but yeah, we know that it's already being done or thought about or developed at this point. We already know this. I also want to address this quick before I go, because I don't want this video to go on too long. I really hope that this next game, if it is being made, that it doesn't become microtransactional heavy. I hope it doesn't just become a hellscape of that, because you got to understand something. The max amount you can buy for TP medals, the amount you can buy, the most you can get at one time, is $50. That's crazy, because that's not going to take you from level 1 to 180. And especially not when they raise the level cap again. That's fucking wild. I don't get that, because it's stupid. You have to do so much grinding to literally get anywhere in the game now. It's ridiculous. I don't even sit here and grind out most of the shit. If I can sit here and buy the super TV medals, I will, because I'm sitting here trying to make content on the game. But I think the last time I did it, I just, over the course of I think a week or a week and a half, I sat there and did grind it out. But it was for me, I'm at max level now for my character, my main character, and it's I only have to go up 20 levels. But I'm sure shit not doing it for any of my other characters. I'm sorry, no. Not even for content. No, I ain't got that kind of money, and I ain't got that kind of time. Sorry. But, yeah. This will, be the end of my little rant / hope expectations for Xenoverse 3, if it is, again, in production. I don't know. Being made, whatnot. But, thank you so much to whoever has stuck around to the end of the video. I'm going to get out of here, let you guys get to the rest of your day. Thank you so much.